All right. So today on NewbieVeT, got a special guest. We got my girl, Sunja Dannette.
Yeah.
I said it right?
Sunja.
Sunja.
Yes.
I can't, that J.
Yes.
It's the J.
It's the J.
It has always been a problem growing up?
My family called me Sonya.
Sonya.
So they just forget the J altogether.
So a lot of people call you Sonya at first.
Yes, some
Because they think
people.
the J silent.
Yes, but I'm like, it's Sunja.
Sunja.
Yes.
Sunja.
Yes.
Sunja. That sound like thunder. Like thunder.
Yeah.
Sunja. Yeah. Okay. Let's get into it. So you originally from
Albany, Georgia.
Oh, you from Albany, Georgia?
I am from Albany, Georgia.
Man,
yes.
get out of here.
Florida. I am. Indeed.
It's a small world, man.
It is.
Oh man, Albany, Georgia. I got a lot of people from Albany, Georgia.
Really?
A lot of people that I work with now, they from Albany, Georgia. A lot of my actors and stuff, they from Albany.
That is cool. That
is crazy. So you from Albany, Georgia.
Yes.
And what made you get to Augusta?
Well, I say people either move for love, money, or family. So
That's actually true.
Right? Yeah, I don't have any family here. I would say it was probably the other two, a coupling of the other two. I was going to move back to Atlanta because I was there for a while, and then I got introduced to Augusta. I'm like, let's try it out.
Let's try it out. And so, your first impression when you first came to Augusta, like what was your impression of Augusta?
I was really impressed by the amount of talent here. There are so many talented artists here, and just a bunch of very unique artists, well-developed artists. That was very impressing. It's not as fast as Atlanta. It's not as slow as back home. Mm-hmm. So it was a good median, for me. But I mostly stayed downtown. That's like where I love downtown. So yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So as soon as you got into Augusta, that's when you started the teaching role, or it came a little later?
As soon as I moved, that's why I moved to Augusta.
Okay.
I did applications for Atlanta as well as Augusta, and so I was like, whoever called me first, that's where I'm going. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what have you got called in Nashville? You'd have been in Nashville.
Why not? Well, Nashville has a high murder rate.
Nashville.
Nashville, Tennessee.
You wouldn't think
yes.
that. You would not think that.
Yes, it's for real in Nashville, but it is also like the music mecca. So I might would have tried it out because I don't mind. I like moving. I like experiencing new things, and so yeah, I pick up and go.
Okay. Okay. All right. So while you in Augusta, you in the Good Vibes Band.
Good Vibes Band.
So how you wind up linking and getting into making that getting into that connection?
Yes, great question. So Good Vibes Band is a new band. It's actually we've only been together for a year.
Yeah.
For a year, and we've been doing like really awesome and having a really great time. We started off, most of the members were in a different band, and that kind of was short-lived. And so it was like, well, hey, let's keep this going. Eric Bryant, he's the leader. And he's like, I want us to, come together and let's keep it going. We're a great group. And so we added a couple more, and we just really meshed and really gelled. Everyone in the group has like 20 years plus in music, so
plenty of experience.
So you're looking at over 100 years experience on that stage, together.
Right.
And so when we just vibe, and so I was like, I gave Eric a few names that he could choose from, and he chose Good Vibes. I'm like, hey, let's roll with it, so yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. And y'all done did a couple shows and stuff.
We have, and we also, last year, we won Performance of the Year, and that was the Love Poetry Awards out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So yeah, that was really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations. So y'all mostly do like y'all do covers or y'all do originals or y'all do both?
We do covers. We have done some of my originals. I believe that we are definitely probably going to move into that direction. But doing the covers and making them our own is really super fun as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll venture.
Because you can add your own twist to it, and then you got the audience to sing along.
Yeah.
Because it sucks when you on stage and you ain't got nobody,
vibing, know the song,
knowing the song or just vibing to the music. So, okay, cool. So, your solo music career.
Yes.
All right. So, how you? What were some steps or what were some things that got you doing it in Augusta, your solo career, as far as music wise?
Yes. So that's something I've been doing for a while. It's been a long road. I was signed to a label that was headed by a close relative of one of the Black Sheep members. Yeah. So that
the
was
rapper,
the singer.
Oh, the singer,
R&B singer.
R&B
back in the day.
Okay.
Rewind.
Okay, this is back in the day. Okay.
Yes, Black Street. My bad.
Black
Street.
Black Sheep.
Wait, Black Sheep? No, that's
Black
not
Sheep
it. It's
was
Black
rap,
Street.
I said Black Sheep was a rap group. I thought.
Black Street. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, one of
Teddy
the
Riley now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Chauncey's mom, she had, a label, and she signed like a bunch of artists, including myself. And I was really excited because that was my first time like really getting into it, because I've been writing and singing since I was like 10.
Right.
But that was my first time like really doing stuff, recording stuff, and so it was really a great experience, but it, fizzled out and kind of fell through.
Right.
And so I've just been writing, and then we have this explosion of social media and technology, and now it's like, oh, I can put my music out. Without getting signed, without a bunch of money, without without really anything. Just
and that was a big game changer for artists.
Huge.
I mean, it's the pros and the cons to it also, but for the most part, it's a blessing because, like you said, artists now have an opportunity to release music now, without a deal.
Yeah.
And everywhere too.
Everywhere.
Online.
Everywhere. Yeah. Absolutely. And so, for people like me or my generation, it's kind of like, I'm not doing this for that, or for, to gain, 1 million followers, or, it's not for that. I'm an artist.
Right.
So I'm going to be an artist whether the world hears me or not.
Right.
And so, but I'm appreciative of the opportunity to share my work, with others. And it's been really awesome to hear the feedback from people who have listened.
Your music classifies basically as what? Neo-soulish, R&B-ish, jazz-ish?
Yeah, yes, all of that.
Those realms. All those realms.
Absolutely, all of that.
So like, what was your what did the inspiration for that tone sound? I know it's original, but like what was some musical inspiration, that you grew up listening to?
So I would definitely, my gospel music, big, huge, I grew up in the church, I grew up singing in the church. So that was like probably the overarching, inspiration for me, like Mary, Yolanda Adams, Kurt Franklin. I love Kurt Franklin. He write his behind off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My favorite singer is Crystal Lewis. A lot of people don't know her, but she is the white lady in Kurt Franklin's song "Lean on Me." That's who Crystal Lewis is.
Okay.
That
so let me ask you about Kurt Franklin. Mm-hmm. So Kurt Franklin has some backlash for his choice of words.
Correct.
Towards his son. Mm-hmm. So from your opinion, do you feel like by him being in the church, by being a church iconic, artist, do you feel like it's a bad look for him by doing that, or you feel like he's human?
That's a great question. I feel like, well, for one, I don't equate Kurt Franklin with the church. He's been veered off to the on that yellow brick, two paths divergence.
He was he always trailed the line.
Yes, he's always been on that kind of outskirt.
Yeah, but they mostly categorize him in gospel.
Yeah, that's what he's categorized as gospel, and he's always surrounded by controversy anyway.
Right.
I think that leak of the conversation, is real and is human.
Right.
If God forbid there was a leak of other people's conversations, of our conversations sometimes,
right.
Exactly.
It would be a lot worse.
It would be a lot worse. So yeah, he's human. We're all human.
Yeah.
And he's not a leader in the church because, as far as I'm concerned, they actually should be held by different standards. But no, he's just human.
Because certain positions, like certain job titles,
mm-hmm.
requires your lifestyle to change because you have to accommodate that lifestyle.
Exactly.
Teachers.
Yeah.
Preachers.
Ooh, yeah.
In
the church.
Yeah.
Let's specify that.
But yeah, it's like y'all they put y'all on a certain level of responsibility wise. It's so much responsibility that comes with y'all jobs.
That's true.
Because they can't see Miss Sunja, twerking on TikTok.
Right, and you won't find it. I mean, I do the baby twerk. You know what I'm saying? I can do the baby twerk in public, but the other, I can't do the grown up twerk.
Right.
With no screens.
Right.
No screens.
So so how is it easy teaching middle schoolers?
Easy. That's an interesting choice of words. Right now I don't think it's easy teaching anywhere, especially with everything that's going on.
Right.
My students, even my children, they want to be in school.
Yeah.
But it's actually kind of dangerous to be in school right now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous for teachers, vaccinated or unvaccinated, whichever. It's dangerous either way.
Right.
And it was dangerous before because of gun violence.
Right.
Now we got a whole viral threat.
A viral enemy.
And so, yeah, teaching in and of itself is easy if it's something that you love to do. But then you have all those other factors that can make it more challenging.
Make it more challenging.
Absolutely.
There's always something that makes it more
Always
challenging.
something.
Everything's not going to be easy for some reason. You always going to have that challenge coming in and stuff like that. Okay, cool. So, have you worked with Rudy before?
Rudy, actually, it was I was put on one of his shows that he was going to do, but COVID happened, and so that show never happened.
Yeah. And
that was as a solo artist. And then we did a couple of things with his band, our band, Good Vibes Band.
Good Vibes Band.
Yeah. So yeah, we've had a couple of work together.
So you love that live performance with the instruments more than actual, let's say,
like tracks?
Yeah, tracks.
No.
You like the tracks better?
I think for me it's
That's
like
first.
I'm not saying I like tracks better.
Okay.
But I'm saying that there are pros and cons to each.
Facts.
Pros and cons to each.
Yeah.
I love the live feel. I love being able to do what you want to do with the music and being in the moment, very in the moment. I'm able to do that even with my tracks though, as well. And with the tracks, you have to kind of depend on technology to do right.
Do it right and make sure it's right.
Yeah, and make sure it's
point.
Right. Because sometimes technology can fail us, and sometimes humans can fail us as well.
Yeah.
So it's pros and cons of both. I like the tracks because I usually don't have to really depend on anybody.
Right.
It's just me and the track. Let's roll.
And it's all
you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Because especially when it comes to the live performances, like, the pros and cons of the live performances, like you might have the music and instruments way louder than the singer.
Exactly. That happens often. I've seen it. I've heard it. I've experienced it myself. You know, it's one of those things, and a lot of times you don't know because you're on the stage. They don't know they on the stage.
And you killing it.
Yes.
Ain't nobody here.
Yeah. Only the people out there are like, we can't hear her. You know. Exactly. And we don't know unless they say something, and sometimes they don't say anything.
They start looking at the DJ.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Oh man, that's awesome. So during the COVID thing, I know the way y'all teaching has to change now. As far as like y'all went to virtual. Mm-hmm. Now they're back into school, mm-hmm. But now they're about to go back into virtual.
Correct.
So when did they say that they're going back virtual?
Columbia County, Burke County, Macon, all those they are back home. The students are back home.
Because the new COVID coming.
Because of the new COVID, correct. And this new COVID is actually kind of been targeting kids, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah, but I ain't no doctor or no nothing like that. Yeah. But that's what's been happening. That's kind of a concern.
So like the first one came and attacked all the seniors, older, and the people that had health,
or underlying health
problems. Now it's coming for the strong, healthy kids.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. It's very crazy.
That's crazy.
But so I think that we should probably do like a hybrid model, really, or a hybrid model so that the kids can be able to come to school, periodically, and also be at home, and the parents can get a break.
Yeah, because the parents hate when the kids be out of school.
Yeah, I don't think they hate it, but after a while, after seeing them every day, you're not accustomed to that, when you're accustomed to, you have a great day at school,
Yeah, you going for a good 8 hours. They get 8 hours. That's their freedom.
Right, yes.
But then, they home, and then, why they home now? More food's being...
Yes, more expenses.
Being taken.
Yeah.
So, which is a lot.
Some people have quit their jobs because it's like, someone's got to be home with the kids, and it's just... Yeah, it's a lot. And then there's childcare. If they're doing virtual now you need childcare. I experienced that myself. I was like, he's virtual now. He's going to have to actually go to a sitter while I'm at work. Yeah.
Which even these days, you gotta be careful with your sitters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta be crazy. Yeah. It's a crazy world these days.
It absolutely is.
Very, very crazy world these days. So far as Augusta, do you feel like the economics of Augusta is growing? Like far as more attractions are coming, more business, more jobs?
It seems so. It seems that Amazon just got here.
Right.
I've seen a lot of businesses popping up, everywhere, which is awesome and definitely a sign of growth. Right. And so I think that's a great thing. I think it's always a good thing. The thing is just maintaining, because that's where the real work comes in at. And a lot of times people are not as supportive in the long run, and so that can be challenging.
Yeah, I think when people lose their support for something, because a lot of people won't change immediately.
Right.
Like even when everybody had got the little text, the checks and stuff like that. Everybody wants stuff like instantly, immediately, and stuff like that. And I feel like when it doesn't come immediately, that's when they lose interest, lose faith and stuff, and stuff like that. But all right. So as far as the music you recorded, all right. So what's your new project that you've been working on? Some of your new music.
Yes, absolutely. So the latest single that I've been pushing, and I'm going to be pushing, until the wheels fall off, is Let's Make Music. Let's Make Music is one of my latest singles, and I love that song. I know is, how you just feel a certain way about a song. It's like, this is the one I'm going to push. This is the one I'm pushing.
I love that song.
Yes, Let's Make Music.
I actually put that song on one of the movies. I love that song.
Yes,
that's a real beautiful. So what inspired you, or what made you come up with that record?
Okay, so I wrote that song like forever ago. Like a long I wrote that song a long time ago, but forever ago. I love that song, and it's always been with me. It's one of my favorite songs, like of my songs that I wrote. And I would sing it live. I used to sing it live, but it was totally different. It was like jazzy, upbeat, that song.
Yeah.
And then I heard Pompey, you know, he does lives where he makes beats on live, like, yes. And so I was listening, I was like, you know, that beat was just like, my God, yes. Yeah. I said, I want that beat. And so I got the beat and I was just listening to it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put these lyrics to this beat because I just feel like it's going to be, you know, and it just meshed together. I was like,
perfect. Oh. Beautiful.
It was.
It's a beautiful harmony.
I did a Spanish version as well.
So how many languages do you know?
Do I know or am I fluent in?
Are you fluent in? What languages do you know and what language are you fluent in?
Okay, I am fluent in English and Spanish.
Okay.
Of course, I taught an introductory French. I took intro to Mandarin Chinese, you know, so I know a little bit of those things. But yeah, I'm fluent in English and Spanish.
What was the most difficult to learn?
I would say English, but that's my native language. So your native language is not going to be difficult to learn because that's what's all around you.
Right.
And Spanish is not difficult because of the similarities and because it's a phonetic language, meaning it's true to its sounds, unlike English. English is actually hard to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. To a lot of foreigners, English is hard.
Because it's all over the place.
Right.
It's all over the place.
So we can go anywhere with it. That's the crazy
Spanish
thing.
is not all over the place, not per se, not when it comes to the phonetics of it and learning the language. So yeah.
Spanish. What about British? Like. British is more of an accent, mostly.
It is an accent. Yes, it's not.
Yeah, like that.
It's not language.
Yeah, it's not a language.
Yes, it's an actual accent.
I'm glad you said it's a difference. Yes, it's a difference between the accent and the language and stuff.
Absolutely.
Like that.
And what's really funny, when it comes to how the people speak in Britain and people speak in London and, you know, UK, whatever, the southern language here in the United States is closest to how they speak. It's closest to it. And it makes sense, right?
Yeah. So it's like, I love that. Like, it's a lot. I don't know what they British language is like. It's a lot of bravado behind it, like a lot of emphasis on the words.
They are. Yes, they are. Exactly. Those vowel sounds, and it really depends on the section of the country you're, you know, trying to deal with. Because it's very hard for me to do the Australian accent because they're kind of close, but Australians.
I said they're kind of close.
Yeah, they're very close, but the Australians more is drag out a lot more. Like they drag out those vowel sounds.
Yeah.
So I would have to like do more practice with the Australian accent.
Then they also got keywords that automatically, cause you know America, you know when people
we have our slang.
Slang, you know people like with us, we don't know language. We take the most popular slangs we hear.
Correct.
And try to use them.
Yes.
And
it's like
and it be something else.
Okay. Yeah. Because slang here in Georgia is different from slang in New York. You know, you go up there saying, our cousins came home, so, oh man, that's butter. We was like, what? And we was like, that's smooth. And they like, what? How about smooth like butter?
Smooth like butter. You gotta tell me what you mean by butter.
Right.
Butter what? How you on a meeting? Sounds great.
Well, we have a mutual friend. And he wound up referring me to Chuck. Chuck needed some vocals. And I did a hook for him. And, you know, he was kind of hooked ever since. But
linked up every day. Just like I am. Just linked every day. But you got a voice. You got a good vibe. Like, the energy is good. And I like, as an artist, I like working with other artists where it's like, we talk about what needs to be fixed together instead of you just like, cause some artists they'll go to a producer and they'll like, just put it all on the producer to mix it, talk it, the whole nine, and don't put no input on what things, how they feel like.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of artists that does that. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah. I can't even imagine. Oh, I can't. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of different when it comes to working for hire. When I'm doing someone else's work, I definitely, if they say I want ABC, I just try to make it ABC.
ABC, you don't want to do too much.
I try not to do too much. Try not to put too much of myself, in it. Sometimes, even though sometimes that's what they want,
Right.
But they have to tell me that, because otherwise.
But when they tell you that, they gotta be prepared for that.
Right, exactly, exactly.
So, gotta be prepared for.
But yeah, I try to just, just flow. I haven't had any crazy, clients or anything like that, or worked with any crazy producers. I'm grateful that I've had really good experiences.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cause a lot of people, everybody have some bad experiences.
Yeah.
I had a lot. So it is a lot. A lot.
But you've been doing this for a long time,
Yeah, I've been
right?
for a long time.
Yeah.
But it just, it gets to a point where some artists get discouraged and just want to just don't do it.
Yeah.
I think all artists go through that
Absolutely.
phase, but it's a mental thing. It's a mental thing. It's whether you want it, you really want it or not.
Absolutely.
Or if you really love it or not.
Yeah, passion.
Love it or not. Because a lot of people, doing the music, like you said earlier, not doing it for the millions and millions. You're doing it because of the love of it. If something happens from it, I know you'd be grateful for it.
Right. Exactly.
But for the most part, this is what you love. This is your thing.
Exactly.
So most definitely.
And I act as well.
Actress too. So what films you did?
Well, so I was really happy and excited. I did I had the lead role in a short film, and it was called The Writer, and I was a killer. So yeah,
you was a killer.
I was a killer.
Oh Lord. Oh my Lord.
So that was super fun. It was a writer turned killer.
Who directed it?
That was directed by it was Violent Puppy Productions, and that was cooperation between a few people. One of the guys that we had a mutual friend, and I wound up auditioning, and I got the part. And originally, I was gonna be like the person playing with the main character, who was the killer and the writer, but he wound up having work somewhere else in LA, so he had to travel, and it was like, well, we need to get this done, so do you mind? I'm like, yeah. Right. So we filmed the whole thing in one day, and it was crazy because I was sick. I was not feeling well. I was sick that whole day. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, we got it done. Yeah. So it was cool. It was great. And yeah, I've been on the set and had super small background roles on did the Black Panther, did The Hate You Give, did Star, did 3 episodes of Black Lightning. But yeah. So yeah.
You did the background roles.
Right. Yeah, those were fun, and I did that, and I was like, okay, I experienced it. I'm good on that. So it's
I think a lot of people, when it comes to the backing roles, I have a lot of actors that I work with that come from doing a lot of back roles.
Yeah.
They like them, but they don't like them.
Yeah.
Because there's only so much you can do with background roles.
Only so much, and
then you might not make it.
Right.
Might not make it in the cut.
Yeah.
So it's so many ifs in that, and your backing is exactly what it is.
Yes. It's important though. It's important. I realized how important it was when I was doing it. I was like, wow. Because now you watch movies differently. You watch shows differently. Like, what if the background was not there? Yeah. How stupid would that look?
It looks crazy. It looks crazy. Exactly. So you gotta have those extras and all that other stuff. It blends it in. It blends it in. That's totally true. It's totally true. Seems a little totally different if it's nobody
Yeah,
there.
it's true. Absolutely true.
Totally different.
Yeah.
Totally different. Okay. All right. Before we slide off on NewbieVeT, how can they get in contact with you? Is there any love you want to shout out?
Absolutely. You can reach me. I'm on all social platforms. Sunja Dannette.
Sunja.
SunjaDannette. That's a lot of letters. But yes, on Facebook, Sunja Dannette. On Instagram, Sunja_Dannette. On TikTok, I'm Sunja Dannette. Everywhere, if you Google Sunja Dannette, that's where you'll find me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Music. Big shout out to Oscilloscope Records, where I'm the first signed artist for the label, and to all of the partners, CTC, United, yes, and a couple other people. But yes.
Make sure. I've been having a lot of
Good
fallouts.
Vibes Band.
I've been having a lot
What?
Yes, like these the past couple months, I've had a lot of people falling out with each other because of shout out parts.
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
No way. Yeah. Everyone who is involved with Oscilloscope Records, shout out to you. That we cover everybody. How about that?
That's everybody.
That's right.
I said everybody. I ain't putting no names.
That's right.
Make it safe. Oh, Lord.